All right, so Elon Musk is crazy and we're not going to Mars, okay? All right, so how many years did it take for the Earth to form its atmosphere? Approximately some billions of years, right? Um, so how many nukes do we have to nuke the planet Mars with to form an atmosphere? So even if we do nuke the shit out of Mars, which is a crazy, infeasible, unfeasible, just why would he even say that? Like it's just not possible. If we sent literally every single nuclear weapon on the planet and nuke the shit out of Mars, it'll still take. Okay, if we fast forward everything 100 times, it'd still take, um, I'm gonna say at least a couple million years. So it's definitely not gonna happen in, you and I or Elon Musk's lifetime. It's not gonna happen. Uh, okay, the problem with modern day society is urbanization. Because so many people want to live in temperate climates, nobody wants to live in the Saharas, the African, nobody wants to get eaten by lions. So obviously people will try to, gather around like places in the United States, like Seattle, Los Angeles, where the weather is nice, stuff like that. So obviously, cities are gonna form, but are we supposed to? Because in the cities, less than 0.1% of the population grows their own food. And only the super, super rich get enough money to buy any land. So even if you tried to, if you even if you wanted to grow your own food, you can't, because the sheer amount of money that goes into real estate. So if you want to live an honest life growing your own food, guess what? You're fucked. Because some real estate agents are going to call that some other land, their property, so they're going to get paid. And then now, so the government, the United States government, in the case of the United States, or the, Portuguese government in the lands of Portugal, the Spanish government, the Italian government. So if you want to get some land and grow your own food, have backyard chickens, guess what? You need to have money, right? So those people like Elon Musk, they're not interested in, you know, saving the planet. So when people don't understand something a white person says, now that white person he's got to be super smart, right? When he's talking about ideas, unfeasible ideas like nuking the shit out of Mars, now he should be labeled as a criminal, not be given a shit ton of money. Elon Musk is crazy and we're not going to Mars. See, I said some good things about Tesla. Zero emissions. Now that's a good idea. Nuking the shit out of Mars and terraforming Mars is not. There's just too much money going into NASA. So what did NASA do for anybody? People ought to be growing their own food. Instead of building more cities or building more buildings or schools for that matter too. So these funds, they say, so I was like, where's my money? So I used to pay money to the charity back in when I was in college. I used to pay about $20 a month. Apparently less than $2 of what I, gave was actually going into the kids' food and survival, but rather it was a lot of them were being spent on building buildings like school buildings. So I've seen African schools. So like I used to attend the University of Washington. There's a lot of fancy buildings there. I did most of my homework at home in a shitty apartment. Like, sitting in a fancy building does not make you smarter. 99.9% of my studies were done in my tiny ass, shitty ass apartment. I still aced some classes. Okay? Albert Einstein did not have those fancy buildings, but he's revered as one of the most smartest people on the planet, right? Ever to have ever existed. He didn't work in a mega million dollar, mega billion dollar company or, but somehow he's responsible for the creation of nuclear weapons. And people still revere Albert Einstein as one of the smartest people to ever, lived. He is a criminal, and he admits that too. He should have never came to the United States. He should have never done what the United States government told him. He regretted. He said this himself. He regrets, giving the equation to finish the Manhattan Project and thus creating the nuclear weapons and thus killing all those people in Japan and Fukushima and no, Hiroshima. I'm sorry, not Fukushima. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This world is so upside down. The person who created the most dangerous weapon of mass destruction on the planet is Albert Einstein. But people respect him because they don't even know if he's actually smart or not. He's just a really dangerous person like Elon Musk. I make shoes. Just because I don't agree to what most psychopaths want, free money. Because they're irresponsible people. Psychopaths are evil people. They want to reap the benefits of other people's hard works. They want to be slave owners. They want to be masters of the planet and stuff like that. And they want to drive supercars.